Welcome back to Code Reviews. This will be a short one. So far in our application, we have been working with an API that we created ourselves, and it was a simple health check. Obviously, we're going to move to do more complex things than that as we build our user authentication system. And I thought now would be a good time to bring in the Spring Actuator library, which comes with its own health check. So we've created a health check. You actually don't need to do that when you're using Spring. Spring actually comes with its own. So there's the Spring Actuator. The latest version we're using is 3.21. And if you look at our POM file, I've added that as a dependency here. So we have it as a dependency. It's been added. When you start, so once we've added this library to the POM, I also updated to the latest, which is why it's pulling new things. You will see something printed, and it says exposing one endpoint's base path actuator. So what it's saying is, in the URL, add actuator, and there will be some of the pre-built actuator endpoints already available. We are using one called health. So it's just actuator.health. And what we've done is we've added get backend health actuator to Angular. So when we start our Angular app, by default, it is pulling from get backend health, which is our health check. So it's reporting information on get backend health. We open that up, and the status is up. So if we were to get rid of that controller on the back end, which we're going to get rid of, we're just going to get rid of this whole thing, just comment it out, and then we rebuild the back end, the status is going to go to unhealthy because we've turned off that health check. However, we already have the actuator installed, so we can simply pivot over to that health check. So now it says not healthy. If we go to Angular and we don't use this, and we instead use get backend health actuator, the only difference here is that we've added the new endpoint. The status is up. It brings back the exact same thing. So all that is good to go. So what you see here is I've added it. I just copied it. You know, we can mark that as viewed. But honestly, I'm just going to get rid of this entire thing so that we don't have duplicate code. And then you can see that we'll update it here to pull from the backend health check with the actuator. The only other thing that I had to do, updated versions, the only other thing that I had to do was enable cores for the actuator. So if you go to this local properties file here, and you turn off, you comment out the properties that I added, and you rebuild the application, the backend will show unhealthy. And it's going to show unhealthy because of the cores access policy. So it's saying the same thing I just said, has been blocked due to cores policy. So localhost 4200 isn't allowed to hit the actuator. The easiest way to enable this is in the properties file. You have management endpoints, web cores, allowed origins, and you add localhost 4200. So this is where Angular is running. And then you're just saying use get. So this automatically adds localhost 4200, which is our Angular app, and I'll get requests to cores. So now it's up again, and it works. So that was a quick one. We're just moving off our manual stuff to something that's already provided. You shouldn't reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. And now that we're going to get into more advanced APIs, we don't need to maintain that health check anymore. So thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye.